Hey, Lars here, and welcome to this one video about my ladder start, Season 4. As I play in EU, the start time was horrible, so I didn't end up playing till mid-Saturday, so sadly I was way behind the curve. Nonetheless, I got a few interesting drops along the way, so let's get into it. Of course, I jumped right into Trist runs, and did those all the way to level 15. Remember to check the vendors if you're looking for socketed gear, like I find both the bases I need here. 2-socket chest piece for Tala to create my stealth, and a 2-socketed helm for Outtro lower, of course. Found a real nice pair of magic finding gloves in the maggot layer, so I'm definitely keeping these for Mephisto runs later on. I also found this very interesting grand charm in Act 2. I don't think I've seen a shimmering charm requiring this low level already, so it's very nice for all resistances. For some reason my capture tool decided to start capturing the entire desktop instead of just Diablo, so some of the clips almost broke entirely. But here at level 18, when I got teleport, I decided to farm counters for the Talith. Got it on the first try, both of them, very nice. Found this very cool magic finding amulet, and in Act 5 I've of course created Ancient Pledge, so I was ready to be put on as soon as I got it. First FCR ring dropped while I was doing tomb runs, all the way to 25 of course. Pair of magic finding boots, and normal Hell Forge dropped an L rune. Farming the normal cows for a crystal sword, and I found this tease first. That just had to be 2. I could have saved the socket quest. Luckily I got it like a couple of runs later, probably 4 or 5 to get the socketing it. Counters to farm the last of the runes, and I created my first spirit sword with this amazing 26% faster cast rate roll. That should probably be re-rolled later on. Nightmare Hellforge dropped me a Lum rune, which is actually quite nice. That means you can do the smoke rune word with Nef Lum, which is really cool with the, 50% all resistances. In Nightmare Chaos Sanctuary, I had a really cool drop as well. I found an Ariad's Face, which would definitely have been worth quite a bit more, probably on day 1. Hellbale done, and time to farm more cows for a monarch. Found this pretty cool small charm while farming for the monarch. It's not perfect 7%, but at day 2 it's still cool with 6% magic find on a small charm. I also found this Colossal Vulture. Sadly it's not ethereal, but it's still really cool that it just dropped 4 open sockets. Easy base for the mercenaries inside. And here's the Hellforge, which of course drops me an IO. I think that's usually what I get here. Sadly it's actually just lower than the Nightmare one with the Lum drop, so could have been a goal or an Ist rune maybe. Found a string of ears from the Cow King, and also my first unique ring drop of the ladder, which turns out to be real nice. A perfect 30% Nago ring. That's gonna be super good for my Mephisto magic finding. While finishing off the last skill point quests, I got a pair of better magic finding boots, so great. I forgot to clip the monarch drop, but I think I got it after 9 or 10 runs, so not too bad. But here's me putting sockets and rolling the first spirit. It rolled a perfect 25. So that has to be rerolled. Luckily, that is all it took, because I actually managed to hit a 35% perfect on the second try, so I'm very happy with that. I of course was planning on gambling for a gold dagger, so while doing bail runs on Nightmare, I was picking up all the expensive stuff and selling them after each run. So here's me gambling the first 2 million away. Didn't get it. I almost always use 2 perfect topazes and a helmet in the beginning. It's just too much magic find to pass up. And here's the starting gear, which I think I ran the first 100 or 130 something runs with, and then I changed it up a bit. It's only rhyme in the weapon swap, but I'm starting off with about 179. I started doing Mephisto on Sunday, so a lot of the items that were good very early on can't really be sold for much anymore. On run 27, I get the first interesting drop, which is a Jilal's main. Not that sellable this late. I still really think it's a cool hill. 50 runs in, I had about 1 million gold again, so back to gambling, and I wasted another 1 million. On run 77, I drop a pair of soul drainers, which I find to be quite the nice item as well. Sadly, I think they're just overshadowed by Dracula's Grasp. Is definitely the ones I would be using for Ubers as well. Find a Terrash's Herodric Crest, which I suppose is gonna be decent for my mercenary until I can find Enderal's Visage or Crown of Thieves. Ready to try to gamble another 1 million gold, and for some reason I just can't seem to hit the goal, because that's 4 million down the drain. and I think the chance is like 1 in 2,000. So you should be able to get it in about 2 million. So I'm getting very unlucky. On run 137, I get a unique ring drop, which turns out to be quite the nice ring on early ladder for sure. It is the Ravenfrost, which a lot of builds use early to get the cannot be frozen. So hopefully this one is still worth something. This is where I decide to throw my last flawless topuses in a chest piece to try to get a bit more magic fight. It sadly doesn't really seem to work, and I don't think I get anything interesting in the 200 runs, which is very disappointing. I guess I get another Tarasha's Roderick quest, but whatever. And while gambling the last 1 million gold, I think I might take a little break. It might just be because I'm getting that close to Enigma on single player. But 5 million gold down the drain and no Gold Dagger seems like a bit of a sign. So I think I'm back to playing offline, and I will get back to editing those videos. So look forward to episode 8 in the Offline from Scratch series, which is gonna be the first 1000 lower cursed runs. If you're still here, thank you so much for watching. Lars out.